Thanks for staying with us. Now, when most people think of your average 20-year-old, they think partying, social media. They rarely think the founder of a new nation.
That's exactly what our next guest has done. Here to chat to us is the president of the Free Republic of Verdis, Daniel Jackson. Good morning, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm great. Doing great. Thank you for having me.
I've dressed in the right colours for Verdis. Clearly, I can see what's going on there. Yes. So can you tell us what is and where is Verdis, Daniel?
So Verdis is a small country between Croatia and Serbia. It was founded on a piece of land that was left unclaimed after the fall of Yugoslavia. Basically, neither Croatia or Serbia won it. They wanted a larger piece on the other side of the Danube, which left that piece unclaimed. It's basically just a small state. And right now we are in exile, but we're trying to get back on the land.
So we just saw that there. So that's the Danube that's going through it there, and this little piece. So that is just slightly bigger than Vatican City.
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct. Okay, right.
How did you find it?
A group of people and I were looking at pieces of unclaimed land. There's another entity up north which we work with, known as Liberland, about 20 kilometers up north. We took some inspiration from them and went to see if there were any remaining unclaimed pockets. And we found this one after looking at Croatia's government mapping and Serbia's government mapping and realizing that neither of them wanted this area.
Now, you're 20 years old now, but this all happened when you were 14 in school in Australia, was it?
It was an idea then, but it didn't become a reality until after I'd turned 18.
OK, so a reality. Come here to me. You're in exile, as you said right now. You are in Dover.
Yes,
when you
correct.
said, this is my country, obviously Serbia and Croatia have evolved from the split up, as you mentioned, of Yugoslavia. What did they say? Were they like, no, Daniel, it's not your country? What's going on there?
Serbia doesn't mind. They've never had any problem with us. But Croatia, on the other hand, it's hard to see where their concerns are. I mean, it is a bit weird seeing a new country sort of sprout up out of nowhere on your border. But they basically kicked us off of our land. They don't consider this land their own, but they took a lot of we started a settlement. They took a lot of us into Croatia after sort of invading that settlement, and then they deported us.
So when you went in, you declared yourself president of Verdis. You said this bit of land is now mine. So how does that work? So because it was unclaimed, neither of them wanted it, so you just said, this is mine, I'm going to be the president.
Yeah, we believe under international law, the oldest active claimant to the land is rightful to it, which was in this case, us. Obviously, I'm not the only member of Verdis' government, and it was a mutual decision on who took what position towards starting this country. But yeah, basically, we went down, we planted a flag, we did loads of cadastral work, surveying work, and we started a settlement there.
Right, OK. Listen, this is how countries come. Colonialism it's real and it's still going on. So your flag is there beside you. Who else is in government? What are the principles of your nation? And do you have any money?
So we have a Minister of Internal Affairs, we have a Minister of Foreign Affairs, we have a whole cabinet. We do have quite a bit of funds coming in for Verdis at the moment. We raised about $60,000 US through crowdfunding the other week. So that's been really helpful for us in terms of building up our development. And we also have programs such as e-residency, which helps people get a pathway to Verdisian citizenship. So that's all been really helpful for us.
And so if you're allowed back into Verdis, how do you survive there? What happens? Is there, are you going to start farming? Is there an industry? What can you do when you're there?
So it's a small piece of land. As you know, it's only the size of the Vatican. We will have to sort of heavily rely off of imports from our neighbours. But we do have some prefabricated infrastructure ready in Serbia. We do have some access to some boats that can be used temporarily as houseboats while we prepare permanent infrastructure. We actually have quite a lot ready for the moment we get back on the land. We even have systems prepared already for border control.
OK, so let's talk about border control. That is definitely a global issue here. Do you have many citizens?
We've had about 15,000 applications for citizenship, but we've only accepted 400. It's quite, because of how small the land is, we have to be very careful on how many people we bring in. We make sure it's people with certain in-demand skills at the moment.
But we're seeing passports here. Are these passports, like if you went through an airport, is this recognised?
At the moment, we're working on it. So unfortunately, most countries will not recognise the Verdisian passport. However, I have heard of some unofficial crossings. So that's been pretty interesting to hear.
Unofficial people chancing their arm, using one passport and then using the Verdisian one, is it?
Yeah, some people, for example, there's a citizen that left Greece on his Greek passport and entered Macedonia on his on his Verdisian passport.
They let him in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So, look, you're saying you're in exile at the moment. So what's the next steps for you to go back and reclaim that you are the proper owners of it?
The next step is to just keep pushing awareness. We're trying, of course, to work with getting Croatia to be more lenient with us. We actually have a protest as well coming up outside the Croatian embassy in London on the 6th of August. So we're hoping that will, the 6th of September. We're hoping that will help us. The main goal at the moment is to just put pressure on Croatia. That being said, we do want to have good relations with them in the future. After all, they are our neighbours, and we want to work with them.
You've got 3 official languages for Verdis.
Yes, we do.
What are they?
English, Croatian, and Serbian.
And Serbian, okay. And what does the makeup of the government look like? Are there many women involved?
There's a few women in Verdis's processing agent area and so on, lower members of government. Of course, we do have a cabinet. We would like to bring more women into the cabinet, but surprisingly, we don't have as many
Are there any women in the cabinet?
Not at this time, but we're of course open to bringing women in. We just it's all based on which people bring in what skill sets, and of course there's plenty of women out there. Verdis doesn't very much attract many women to apply for citizenship, surprisingly.
And so, of the 400 people, are they all just ready and waiting to get to go ahead to go and live there?
I wouldn't say all 400, but there are a large amount of people that are ready to just go to Verdis if Croatia lifted the blockade tomorrow or in 2 years.
And what are the founding principles of Verdis? What is your fraternité, égalité? What is it?
The Constitution.
Yeah. So Verdis is it's a neutral state because we want to serve as a hub for NGOs, be a middleman for other countries to talk. We also care a lot about, of course, the environment. So we want to set awareness on environmental consciousness. Verdis's cabinet comes from a large background of aid workers, especially to Ukraine. I've been to Ukraine a couple of times as part of Verdis's aid missions. So we have quite a bit of a big background there.
And Verdis itself, it's from the Latin for green, is it?
It's a play on words for that, because that was the initial starting view, environmental consciousness, and then we became, as a country, we became more big tent towards more ideas.
Well, do you know what? Yeah. We were watching all those things of when, people were going to the moon and planting flags and going, this is ours. And you did it.
Play to you.
And you did it just a couple of years ago. Yeah. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Daniel Jackson, currently in exile in Dover. Thanks a million for chatting to us today.
And let us know when you get back and you're there.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Daniel. Need a few girls. No, there's no.
So interesting.
No.
Imagine going around looking at where's unclaimed land. I'll go and I'll make myself the president.
It's like a John B. Keane play. Like there's something bad going to happen there. This is my field. Be a good yank and go on home. Lots more still to come on Ireland AM, including you getting notions. To be a president of something.
There's a bit of land around here I could be president of. We'll see in a few minutes.